of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, and members of his entourage on the conspiracy by the Kwara State Governor AbdulRazaq to make President Buhari a party to the grand deception that has characterized his incompetent regime from the onset. It's a known fact that due to the usual respect and importance attached to the person and office of the president, his visit to a state is usually the business of all citizens and residents of the state, as well as that of the state government. We are also aware that it is customary for state governors to seize the opportunity to get the president to commission completed, standard and befitting projects which had been undertaken for the benefit of the people, and to demonstrate that the government is working to serve the people. This gesture usually makes such president visits more memorable and noteworthy. However, in Kwara State, much has been said about the overwhelming failure of Governor AbdulRazaq and his inability to commission landmark projects since assuming office 44 months ago. To save himself the embarrassment of having his failures become a topic of national discourse when the president visits and finds no noteworthy projects for the commissioning, a meeting was purportedly convened by the state governor and his inner cabinet members, who resolved to deceitfully get President Muhammadu Buhari to commission uncompleted projects during the president's visit to Ilorin on the 17th of January 2023 for the launch for the APC presidential campaign, thereby making him a party to their shameless grand conspiracy. In other words, Governor Abdulrahman is fishing for projects to present to President Buhari to inaugurate. He is on a voyage of discovery on how to save his image before President Buhari, who is well known to have no regard for the governor because he has heard the stories of his misrule and his fixation on ego-tripping, score-settling, and making family rivalry an art. According to the information gathered from inside sources, some of the following uncompleted projects were itemized to be commissioned or visited by the president for inspection. Number 1, Yebumot Hotel Road. This project was awarded to cover Yebumot to Ikpata Oloje Road, but the project is nowhere near completion to date. The plot is to get President Buhari to commission a less than 40% section of the road which was rushed to finish. That project has been slated for the president's quote-unquote commissioning. Number 2, tailor's shop, which they call garment factory. While the federal government is encouraging states to establish cargo terminals to stimulate the export of goods, thereby boosting our foreign exchange earnings, the Kwara State Governor converted our completed cargo terminal. He converted it, the terminal which was established by the previous government, he converted it to a tailoring shop while fraudulently tagging it as a garment factory. So any innocent-minded person will be misled to think it is a garment production factory. This is nothing but a large tailoring shop located on the premises of an airport. This thoughtless action is not considerate of the fact that untrained workers would have access to restricted and dangerous areas within the Ilorin International Airport. Also on the purported list of project sites to be visited by the president are Innovation Hub, ICT Center, International Conference Center. This is another category of badly planned white elephant and elitist projects whose location was not properly thought out. The so-called hub is located on an already congested single road, Ahmad Bello Way area, where the government should be looking to decongest. In times past, previous administrations have used the siting of important projects to spread to undeveloped areas in the state. But this administration is not forward-thinking or visionary in its approach. These projects are nothing but conduit pipes that are meant to illegally siphon money without any meaningful impact to Kwarans. Also, the General Tunde Idiagbo flyover in Tanke is another project. We must also alert President Buhari that any attempt to have him visit the site of the so-called General Idiagbo flyover at Tanke, where engineering experts have raised the alarm concerning cutting corners, compromising civil engineering standards, and adopting crude and crooked methods not in line with international construction best practices. These sharp practices, which violate quality assurance procedures and global best practices, have been identified by the group of engineers. We therefore beseech President Buhari to ask Governor AbdulRazaq why, unlike the other APC first-time governors who have delivered many projects within their first 44 months in office, what he has done with the billions of naira in federal allocations, humongous internally generated revenue, aids, grants, and development partners funds, and the unprecedented debt burden he has plunged the state into, that he could not find a completed landmark project worthy of the president's attention. The need by the governor and his administration to resort to a desperate conspiracy to deceive the Grand Commander of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is not only condemnable, but is also pitiable and should be rejected by all. We call on President Buhari to distance and dissociate himself from this fraud. He should simply visit Kwara State for his campaign, deliver his message to the electorate, and leave without being stained with the falsehood and lies being machinated and conceived by Governor AbdulRazaq and his cohorts in Kwara State.